Welcome back, Super Friends and Super Family. I'm Nick, and today I'm reacting to Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 6, Episode 9. So, following the Slay Live watch order, I just watched several episodes of Angel in a row, and I thought they were really good episodes, focusing on the Darla arc, and most likely the permanent end of Darla, although I guess maybe there's a chance they'll bring her back yet again. I don't know how they could do that without it feeling a little bit cheap, but I just thought that was such a touching storyline for Darla. I talked about it obviously a lot, but now we are back with Buffy, and we have a lot of things going on, especially with Willow and Tara. Don't imagine there are a lot of people who think Willow is 100% in the right. If you do, I'd love to hear your comments down below about why you think all of her behavior so far is completely justified. But I think at the very least, people are going to say, yeah, she's made a few poor judgment calls. And at the other extreme, you could even say that she's gone so far as to make some serious errors that could classify her latest actions to be almost villainous. I'm not quite that extreme, but I am very disappointed in how Willow has treated, the people around her, especially Tara. And I think she has made several grave mistakes with her arrogance. I feel like it's to the point where it feels like hubris. I feel like that's where Willow is at. She's like a character in a Greek tragedy that's about to unfold. And I'm not sure if it's too late for her to actually realize just what she's done and change course before things get disastrous, or if that's what this season is about, is us watching the Greek tragedy of Willow. I don't know, but I am very eager to see what happens moving forward. There's also obviously the tension / romance between Spike and Buffy, which seemed like it was going nowhere last episode until the very final shots. So we'll see. But as always, you want to watch along the full unedited reaction that is up on my Patreon. That's the best way to support the channel. That's also where you can watch future episodes of both Buffy and Season 3 of Angel. Let's just get right into it. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 6, Episode 9.
Some sort. Anything you want.
You weren't really speaking to me, were you?
Not exactly, but it's okay.
Mugging. Gotten one of those in a while.
Just regular crime, not vampires.
Here. Go.
You guys don't even have vampire strength. Good luck. A Spike? Oh, dang. That was not exactly a smooth entrance there.
Thought they were demons.
Way to go with the keen observingness, Jessica Fletcher.
Jessica who?
They'd at least make it so I could attack criminals.
Muggers deserve to be eaten.
I mean, Spike is like, I wouldn't mind.
I am not kissing you, Spike. Once was
Twice.
Cut to them kissing, watch.
Crown yourself the ice queen.
a few more metaphors for that little mix?
Maybe one or two.
Realize I'm the only one here for you, pet. You got no one else.
Oh, speaking about having no one else. I hope Willow has actually stopped doing magic.
Two until one day they leave you for no good reason.
For no good reason? Willow, please tell me you don't actually believe that.
Amy, I'm just kidding.
That is so crazy to think that Amy has been a rat this long. How long has it been?
Reveal it.
Okay, so much for not using magic. Here we go.
Cosa posto.
It worked? Oh my gosh, I cannot I mean, can you imagine being a rat for as long as she has been? Does she even know how to be human anymore? Like, what does that even do with your mind? It's like, I can imagine what it would be like being a rat for a day and how much that might change you. But how long has it been? That's crazy. Got a little Mission Impossible going on here.
Better safe than...
The security system here is a guy named Rusty.
He just wanted it to look cool, okay?
And get up.
Whoa, head rush.
Cool.
You look just like Tom Cruise, don't worry. Handle with care, please.
Let's get the hell out of here.
What are you boys doing?
Oh, dang. Thought you had that handled.
But more to the point, goodbye.
Dang.
Dude, that is so cool!
I mean, that is pretty cool technology to have, but I feel bad for him.
Yeah, not exactly.
Yeah, he'll defrost in a couple days. No harm, no foul.
A couple days.
2 guys and a mime took me out with their freeze ray.
I feel bad for him. Speaking of feeling bad, poor Amy, man.
Here's some hot chocolate. You want?
No, thanks. Kind of queasy.
It's good she knows how to talk. You know, like she didn't forget or something.
It's okay. You okay?
Mm-hmm. Just You know,
Yeah, I know.
everything feels weird.
Of course.
I felt like I was in that cage for weeks. But it can still be okay, right?
You thought you were there for weeks?
I was so hoping Larry would ask me. He hasn't asked someone else, has he?
Oh, no, no. Things are much worse.
Larry's dead. High school's kind of over.
For a while. More than a season.
How long?
How long? Come on, tell me. I want to know the exact amount of time. This is craziness.
Can I talk to you about something?
Of course.
Spike?
You know how we all make choices?
Yes.
Sometimes they're good and
Sometimes they're not.
sometimes they're less good. Lately, I am. Oh, Tara, hey.
Not Tara.
The whole school? By a giant snake thing.
How have you been?
Rat.
Amazing.
You?
Dead.
Yeah, that's true. Which is worse, being a rat or being ripped from heaven? I don't know.
Let me make up the couch for you. It's late. You should stay here.
She gonna join the Scoobies?
Is she gonna be okay?
She's kind of freaked out. I would be too.
Yeah.
It's nice having another magically inclined friend around.
Is that your Tara replacement? I hope Tara's not leaving the show.
I mean, the whole Amy thing. No way I'm topping that.
Yeah, man, more than enough to occupy your attention. I think Buffy should confide in Anya about Spike and her feelings. I feel like that would be an interesting conversation.
One man frozen solid, live from the museum. Brian Morris.
Come on, can Buffy just, like, take care of the Three Stooges once and for all? I mean, they're just, like, operating way above their pay grade, in my opinion. Okay, you need a stool. This poor guy, they can't defrost him?
What are you doing here, Spike?
Well, you know a man was frozen alive in there.
What, you want a frozen dinner, Spike?
You know I was thinking about Giles, right?
You know, I always wondered about you two.
But what? No!
Bad kissing decision. That's all that it was. You have to let it go.
Spike is happy that it wasn't what he was thinking.
You convince yourself.
Please, stop.
A man can change.
Can a vampire?
You're not a man.
Yeah.
You're a thing.
Dang, don't say that.
Wait.
Don't touch me!
Oh. Why didn't that hurt Spike? No, he's faking. He's faking. Why didn't that work? What the heck?
You're a thing.
Don't say that.
Disgusting thing.
That's so mean to say to poor Spike, man. But why the heck did the chip stop working? Don't tell me it's a case of like he hit his head last night and somehow the chip broke or something.
Look at all the good is.
I mean, if we get evil Spike back, that would excite me, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe he can be the villain of this season. Get Drusilla back, that would be epic.
She's confused about where she fits in. I'm supposed to be too, because I'm not.
He's still so hung up about Buffy, even as he's trying to go for the kill. So the chip still works. It just doesn't work with Buffy.
What the hell is going on?
But to be honest, that's pretty dark that Spike, the second he has the freedom to kill and eat innocent people, he's going to. Like, without any hesitation.
Promise me that you will eat something green tonight. Movie was fun.
What'd you say?
You know that I will always be there for you. There's actually more of a lead-in when I practice that at home.
It's almost like poor Dawn is like stuck between a divorce.
Do you think you'll ever get back together? I wish I knew.
Yeah, I don't know, actually.
She's been doing a lot better lately, though. She's been really good about being careful.
Has she? I don't know. She uses a lot of magic still.
Great. That's great.
I honestly have no idea what they're going to do with this storyline, right?
He's thought out. It says they used hair dryers.
Dang, really?
Things slowed down. His nervous system, circulatory system, still unconscious.
Poor old guy, man, just working his job. That's not nothing to do to someone.
He has this thing that owning a book makes it like his property.
Yeah, this thing.
That's great, Will. I haven't seen you do that in a long time.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Well, is it a supernatural diamond? You know, like healing power?
No, I don't think so, right?
We all know that Tara up and left you, and now everyone's scared to say anything to you.
Anya, way to say what's on everyone's mind.
Except me. Is this that thing I do that you were commenting?
It's a good thing, though. I like it.
It's hard, but it's better this way.
How?
Little things just started taking over. They got blown out of proportion.
Did Willow even love Tara? I can't believe this is her reaction.
It's a lot to take in. I keep expecting her to do, like, ratty stuff. Shredding newspaper, leaving little pellets in the corner.
Oh.
Let's definitely not leave her alone in the house too long.
I second that.
Yes, gentlemen, it turns out size is everything.
Mix colors with the light.
Is it magical, maybe?
Now it's time for phase 2. Is the van fired up? Check.
Oh, hello, a real bad guy.
Knock, knock, robot boy. Need to look at my chip.
Or just slang or something, because
Examine my chip, or else Mr. is the first to die.
That's a good way to get some leverage.
completely capable of removing that head. Are you sure we can trust him?
No.
So we get Spike on our side. We get info on Buffy. Maybe we can even find...
Is this sound logic? I don't think so.
We need him. Oh, that's how these things work.
I think we're ready. Agreed? Agreed.
But I am so curious what's going on with the chip in Spike's head.
I'm not scratching your anything. You do what I tell you. That's the deal.
Deal.
Yeah, they're not getting anything from this besides saving Boba Fett.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Don't you want to go see your dad?
No, can't. Not yet.
Okay.
Way that I could make him forget about the last 3 years.
Oh, well, hey, I can help
Oh
you
no.
with that.
Oh my gosh.
What do you want to do?
Something fun. Anything not involving a big wheel.
What if they just remove the chip from Spike's head? Can they?
I've seen every episode of Doctor Who. Not Red Dwarf, though.
Because it's not out yet on DVD.
Red Dwarf? I don't know that show.
Warren!
Bloody hell. Get on with it then.
That's torture for Spike, talking to the nerds.
I don't know what that thing does. Whatever it is, it works fine. There's no deterioration.
So there's just no limitation with Buffy.
I don't even know what this is about.
It's about the rules having changed. Everything's different now.
What am I missing, right?
Nothing wrong with me. Something wrong with her.
Okay, that's what I thought, but what? That when she was brought back, she's not brought back as human?
You can get a chance to catch up with everyone.
Yeah, I don't think that's such a great idea.
I think Dawn just wants them to get back together, right? It's like a kid with the parents.
Only to make sure that you're not alone. This has nothing to do with anyone else.
Sure.
1,000-year-old capitalist ex-demon with rabbit phobia.
That's a pretty good summary. That's his type? Can't even play pool without magic.
No.
That's cheating using magic.
I'm not... I'm still... It's cool.
What spell is that exactly, you know? Whatever it is, it's like taking over someone's mind.
Sure you're gonna be okay? Yeah, go. I'm all kinds of good.
What are you gonna do, Willow? I mean, Amy definitely is chill about using magic, though, right?
If rats could dance, they probably wouldn't gnaw so much.
These are the type of thoughts you have when you've been a rat.
I think she said no.
Well, nobody asked you.
You want to dance?
Yeah, they're gonna cast a spell on you, watch.
Relaxing dance?
Really? Really? I mean, it's satisfying because those guys are such losers, but I don't know. They're both so flippant about the way they use so much power.
Frost monster who eats diamonds.
Maybe he doesn't eat them.
We suck.
Wait till they find out who's really doing it. They're gonna feel so dumb.
Tara thinks Willow is doing too much magic. And she's not the only one.
And lying about controlling people.
She might go crazy and start alphabetizing everything.
Serious.
Yeah, I think Anya has a point.
When they finally get a taste of being bad, can't get enough. It's like all kablooey.
Anya is speaking facts. Buffy's in denial here. She's thinking about Spike.
She's gone.
It's gotta be seductive. Just giving into it.
Yeah.
Going totally wild.
Buffy's like, I can't relate. I can't relate.
You have a lead on this frost monster?
You, me, cozy little tomb with a view.
But Xander and Anya are seeing all of this, right? She said Spike so many times on the phone.
If I wanted to patrol the monster, but I told him that I would not. Is it me, or do these things seem really
Lame?
What are you gonna do, walk behind me to death?
You ought to be careful.
Get out of my way.
You gonna fight her?
It's gone. Guess what I just found out?
You're not human.
Looks like I'm not as toothless as you thought, sweetheart.
How?
Yeah, I want answers.
You came back wrong.
Just another thing for poor Buffy to have to process.
Came back a little less human than you were.
You're wrong.
I don't think he is. It's too much power. They're drunk on power. That's what I think.
Can't be a human, can't be a vampire. Where the hell do you fit in?
He's kind of like Angel.
What's your excuse?
I mean, I died a couple times. That'll mess with your head.
Return.
Like, do they remember what happened, or is everything just okay? Okay, so they lost their memory?
There's gotta be someplace, like, bigger than this.
Don't get too ambitious.
You afraid I'm gonna...
Oh, dang. That'll shut Spike up. Somewhere far off in the distance, Riley, a single tear is dropping from his eye. I like how the sound cut away like that. Oh, dang. Wow. Almost like a cliffhanger. It feels like a part 1 episode as well. We didn't even get any conclusion with Willow and Amy. Alright, so that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 6, Episode 9. Another really interesting episode. I like how we're continuing kind of these character arcs that have been set up in the last set of episodes. And I don't even know what to think. I mean, things are not looking that great for all the main characters here, especially for Willow. But we have, obviously, Tara moving out, and we have, you know, I like the dynamic between Willow, Tara, and Dawn. It does feel a little bit like a divorced, you know, two parents getting divorced. But it makes sense because I do think that Willow and Tara have been looking after Dawn almost like a little sister or their own kid in a certain sense. And I think it's realistic and a little bit sweet, just the fact that, you know, it seems like Dawn is doing everything she can so that her parents can make up and can get back together. I just think that it feels so real to real life, and it just seems like it's coming from a good place from Dawn's heart. I don't know if she will be successful with Willow and Tara ever getting back together. I mean, that whole situation is just such a mess, man. But I feel really bad for Tara. I feel much worse for her than for Willow, and I might be alone in feeling this way, but I feel like Tara, you know, communicated in a very honest and open way to Willow why she felt that Willow needed to stop manipulating her with magic, and they set some clear boundaries which Willow immediately disregarded and broke. And so I think it's very clear in Tara's behavior that she has a lot of love for Willow, but she's not going to allow herself to just be disrespected and treated horribly in a relationship. So on Willow's end, I don't know exactly what is going on. I mean, my guess would be is that Willow is in a lot of pain over Tara leaving, but she's just in serious denial, and she's kind of numb emotionally and just distracting herself with other things so she doesn't have to face the severity of her feelings of heartbreak and loss for Willow breaking up with her and for moving out. But I could be wrong. I mean, the old expression, actions speak louder than words. You know, Willow was not only able to control herself with magic and continue to try to manipulate Tara and her friends through the use of magic, but on top of that is now just doubling down on that level of recklessness. And I thought it was an interesting call. I mean, I love that we get Amy back. How long has it been? You know, and I like how other characters in the universe here are reacting about how strange it's been that she's been a rat for so long and how she's readjusting to being a person, a human being, because that's really what's on my mind. I mean, I can't imagine being a rat for that long in your life and what that would do to you. I mean, I do think it's a little bit nice that Amy felt like it was just a couple weeks, because can you imagine if she felt like it was as long as it actually was? I think the altered perception of time actually worked psychologically in Amy's favor now that she's changed back. But it feels like Willow is almost using Amy. Also, one thing, I would not blame Amy if she was a little bit peeved about the fact that so easily Willow was able to turn her back as to human. But I'm like, you were just allowing me to chill out and be a rat? Like there was no sense of urgency to help me out before this? I feel like at least a few months ago Willow was strong enough to change her back into being human, but it just wasn't a high priority, something they were thinking of, and Willow just happened to think of it. But it seems like that's not something that has crossed Amy's mind. But I'm just saying, if it had, and if she was a little bit frustrated or upset that no one had helped her out sooner, I would understand where she's coming from. But it does seem like Willow is really using Amy as, you know, it just reminds me of, we could bring it back down to the real world. If you have a friend who likes to party and go drink too much, for example, or you have a friend who likes to do drugs, or you have a friend who likes to do, insert any type of bad habit here. And I'm not saying that, you know, what Amy is doing is necessarily bad, but it seems like she's playing that role of someone else who also doesn't have any caution when it comes to using magic in whatever way they want. And I like the dynamic dynamic where it seems like both Willow and Amy are egging each other on. Like, I don't think if Amy had gone out with some other friends, she would be doing as much crazy magic as she does because she's with Willow, and vice versa with Willow. It's almost like they're kind of pushing each other to go to the next level and to keep using magic and to do the next crazy spell and to impress the other person. And I just think that dynamic is very realistic if you do go out with a friend, for example, who has a tendency to draw out those negative habits. It's interesting, right? I mean, I think it comes back to Spider-Man. Like, with great power comes great responsibility, and I just think Willow and Amy are not showing any responsibility when it comes to magic. I mean, it's very easy to cheer and be happy when, Amy and Willow put those two, obnoxious guys who feel like they're entitled to dancing with people off to the side and like punish them with magic. Like, that's hard. That's almost like a crowd-pleasing moment. But I like how the show is doing those crowd-pleasing moments while also making us feel conflicted, because we're seeing just how frequently and how flippantly both of them are just using these powerful spells, and spells that are affecting other people. Now, it seemed like when they changed everything back that people didn't remember what had happened. But even then, it's like you're wiping people's minds without good reason, just for your own fun. That seems like that's a violation right there. But that's just my take. I'd love to hear your guys' takes about what Willow and Amy have been doing with their magic. I do feel just a general sense of tension rising with that whole story arc with Willow and Tara, and I'm concerned about where exactly that's going to lead. I could just see something bad happening between Amy and Willow. I do hope that nothing horrible like Amy doesn't get killed off, because she just got brought back into the show. So I hope we see some more of Amy. I'm kind of happy to see her character, but I'm very curious to see where that storyline goes. And then obviously we picked up with Spike and Buffy, and I guess pretty predictably, Buffy is in full-on denial with Spike, like she usually is, just like, no, those kisses didn't count, it meant absolutely nothing. And also predictably, Spike won't leave Buffy alone, and then it all led to a fight between the two of them where Buffy gave in to her feelings. And I thought that it was interesting to hear Xander and Anya talking about Willow getting addicted to giving into the magic, and how Buffy that whole time was just relating with her own personal struggle with her feelings for Spike. I wonder if we're going to get to a point where Buffy ultimately admits her feelings to Spike, and then it's just a matter of what are the rest of the Scoobies and society in general going to react when they find out what's going on. And then I think a big development too that has me intrigued, we didn't get a solid answer either, is why Spike is able to hurt Buffy. So it would seem to indicate that Buffy is not fully human, but what is she then, right? Is she just is there a mix of entity? Is there a possibility that something demonic could be inside of Buffy? I just find that part very, very interesting, and I'm looking forward to getting some answers as far as what exactly Buffy has come back as, if she's not human. And then, of course, we have the Three Stooges just continuing. I mean, part of me is wondering, like, are they the big bad of this season? You've got to be kidding me if that's the case. There's no way they're going to be the ultimate antagonist. I don't think so. I feel like they're just recurring side nuisances that are just doing some amusing things to help push forward the larger plot. But I'm just continually surprised how frequently they're turning up and how consistently, like, no one is able to catch on and figure out what is happening. Like, the second Buffy connects the dots and realizes that the Stooges are the one behind all this crime, it should be very easy to dispose of them, right? I can only imagine. I mean, look how easily Spike dealt with them once he walked into their lair. I still feel like maybe I'm forgetting something. Did he get an invite? How was Spike able to walk in? But either way, I was happy. You could just see how easily Spike took over. I feel like it's going to be a very similar thing once Buffy finally realizes we don't have some freezing ice demon. We have three nerdy dudes who have delusions of grandeur and have watched way too many movies with supervillains and think that they suddenly are the next Lex Luthors. You're not Lex Luthor. I mean, what's going to happen with I don't even know what you do with them. It's like, what do you do with them? You can't stake them in the heart. Can you even put them in prison? I feel like you need to, like, bend them over and spank them like they're 3-year-olds. I feel like that would be the best way that Buffy can handle them. But you let me know in the comments down below what you think the best justice for the Three Stooges are. Obviously, please don't spoil and let me know what actually is going to happen to them. But if you were going to be a great judge and decide what punishment they deserve for their crimes, I feel like a spanking a public spanking would be the best way to handle them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. As always, the full unedited reaction is up on Patreon along with future episodes of both Buffy and Season 3 of Angel. Thank you for watching, and as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero.